All right, there we go. Switching cameras. All right, we're going to get started here in just a few minutes. We're not officially starting the webinar. I'm not going to start off with like a big show, song, and dance here, but just going to let some people roll in. We're going to hang out for a few minutes here and chat, get to know everyone, and then we'll get started with the show. With the show, let's see who's here, everyone. Make sure to say hi. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Make sure that the audio's coming in clear, the video is looking good, and all of that sort of stuff. So let's see who's here. We had people come hanging out early a couple weeks ago, so we got some chat. We got people in the chat a couple weeks ago, but hopefully people are still hanging out. We got a lot of people here, it seems, so that's great. Let's see. We got Namita from India. Good to hear. Or Namita. Marina from Israel. That's awesome. Patrick from South Carolina. We got, forgive me if I'm getting your name wrong, Mustaqim from, I believe, Pakistan. Very cool. Veronica, hi. We got someone from Fort Lauderdale. That's James. Nate. Whoa, this is such a high quality production. Oh, cool. I'm glad. I'm glad you think so. V Guerrero. We got Sumya. Sumya, you look, that's a familiar name to me. Charan, Martin, Raphael. Audio's loud and clear. Cool. Where's everyone from? We got Peoria, Illinois. That's Jennifer, Fort Lauderdale. We got Israel, Nigeria. We got people from all around the world. Very cool. Great. Well, yeah, while we got people chatting in here, we got Connecticut, Kingsley. That's awesome. Good to see everybody. This is great. So, yeah, here's the deal. We're just going to get started here in a couple of minutes as people are rolling in here. This is the Quarantine Freelancer, I'm calling it. It's the best name I could come up with in the moment. I thought, you know what's going to catch people's attention when I send out an email or create an event? I don't know, quarantine's on people's mind, working from home. Yeah, let's mash those two together. And we called it the Quarantine Freelancer. So yeah, we're going to be getting started here. As the timer is telling me, we're starting in 45 seconds. So I guess that's what we're going to do. We got, Omar from WWDC. Cool. New York, Sri Lanka, Ohio. Awesome. Idaho, Aaron, good to see ya. Amy, good to see ya. London, Tex. I'm the famous Tex Smith and I suck at sales. Hussein from London. That's cool. Cool. Arizona, 109 degrees. So, whoa, what's that in Fahrenheit? Let's find out. 109 Fahrenheit to Celsius. 42 Celsius. Goodness gracious. It's almost like, it's almost 25 degrees Celsius here. What's that? 25 Celsius to Fahrenheit? 77 Fahrenheit? Yeah. So, yeah, that's, for me, that's pretty hot. But I don't know. It's good to see everybody here. We got people rolling in. We got Alea, Omar. We got Dinko. Mada? We don't know if I got the name right, but this is great. So it's good to see everyone here. Hey, my timer just ended, so technically I'm supposed to start. My name's Brad Hussey. I'm going to get into the whole show presentation thing here in just a sec. I'm going to give you my official introduction, and just want to let you know right off the bat here. I've done these webinars. I've done webinars and live presentations and live streams and workshops and live sales and phone sales and all this sort of stuff for years now. I mean, I've done some form of live training and sales webinar since 2016. So I'm pretty familiar with them. I used to be really nervous about them. I used to be really, I used to get freaked out. I used to get like kind of, I'd have to take like a tequila shot before a couple of them just to calm my nerves. And so I would bring that into the show. I'd make it kind of entertaining and fun. But I kind of realized I've been doing live stuff now. I do a live stream of some sort to my audience and my students and my clients every week. I've been doing that now for a long time. And so I'm not nervous about it. I mean, to be totally straightforward, and I got a little bit of butterflies in my belly, but those will go away after I have a bit more of my iced coffee. And it's probably my iced coffee that's giving me those butterflies, to be honest. So yeah, this is going to be pretty straightforward, professional, of course, but a lot of webinars out there. I've been to a lot of webinars, maybe you have too, and they follow a formula, and there's a script, and all of that sort of stuff. I used to follow that sort of stuff by the book. I'm going rogue, folks. Call this the unwebinar. I don't even like the word webinar. It bugs me. But what I'm here to do is serve you in some way, shape, or form. I'm here to provide guidance, training, education, some value, something to do, some action steps. And there's going to be a lot in this webinar that shouldn't be in a webinar, I think. And I'm hoping that it's only going to work out to your benefit here. And maybe by the end of it, we'll have kind of a win-win situation. So let's jump into it here. I'm going to share my screen. And every now and then I might use a sound effect, like when I feel like you should applaud. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Or when I'm feeling particularly, like I really dropped some sort of value bomb. Something like that. I don't know. Gonna be cheesy, folks, but it's gonna be good. I promise. Okay, hold me to it. So let's jump in here. I'm gonna go to my screen here. You should see my screen. Here's my official webinar slides, folks. Okay, so this is the quarantine freelancer. So you're stuck at home, right? You're stuck at home, and why not do something valuable with that time? Why not get some clients? Why not learn how to start up a freelance business, get some clients, and make use of that time when you're stuck at home, right? So let me flip through some slides here. My name is Brad. If you don't know who I am, that's my name, and I'm here to help you out. Let me give you a little bit of background. So here's the deal. This is the part in the webinar where I'm supposed to give you like a well-crafted sob story that positions me as the hero. It's called the hero's journey, and it's meant to allow me to play Jedi mind tricks on you. I mean, I don't know everyone here has probably seen Star Wars. I'm just starting to get into it now because Disney Plus has released all the episodes. So I got Star Wars on my brain, okay? But anyway, so I'm supposed to craft a well-crafted sob story where I'm the hero. I go through the arc, the journey where I struggled and all that sort of stuff to make you feel like, whoa, I really connect with this guy. And what that allows me to do is psychologically do some Jedi mind tricks to make you buy something from me at the end, which, surprise, surprise, webinars always have something for sale at the end. And I'll get to that in a second, okay? But I'm not your hero, okay? I'm not a Jedi, and I'll spare you the drama, okay? So I'm going to give you a quick 101 on maybe what's interesting about me. I'll keep it brief because you're not here for me, you're here for you. And I'm also going to give you a couple reasons or 3 reasons why I think you might want to listen. And then if you don't like it, you're free to go. I'm not keeping you here. I'm not forcing you here. So my name is Brad. I'm just an ordinary, everyday Canadian dude. Here are a few fun facts about me. I'm a husband. I'm a proud husband and father. Live a pretty straightforward, ordinary kind of husband type life. I'm very grateful that I get to work from home, but serving my family is kind of my number one priority, and it gives me tremendous purpose. And I work very hard to provide for them. We just had Father's Day yesterday. Happy belated Father's Day to the dads in the house. But yeah, that's my purpose, is my family, my kids, being a dad. So I do what I do for them. And another thing is I don't have a Tesla. I don't drive like a fancy Tesla and post it on Instagram. In fact, I don't even use Instagram anymore. But anyway, what I do instead is I release toxins into the air with my truck and my Jeep. So I don't look like I don't look like the proper influencer or something like that. So I apologize in advance that I don't look cool. What else? I tried my hand at a musical theater career. That didn't end up working out for me. Hence me sitting in front of a computer here doing a webinar. But I did retain my ability to sing, act, and tap dance, which I can burst into at the drop of a hat. Oh, thanks. Look at that. I'm a terrible comedian, by the way. Okay, so those are 3 random fun facts about me. Here are 3 reasons why I think you should trust me. This is a picture of me as a cowboy. I've never been a cowboy, but some live nearby, and Brokeback Mountain was filmed in this area, so it's basically the same thing. No, that's just there just for random purposes. I'm supposed to put some sort of inspiring picture. I thought, why not a picture of my face as a cowboy? So Here's the deal. In all honesty, here's why I think you should trust me, and I'll prove it to you after that. We'll do something great together here in the webinar, and we'll go from there. I'm walking the walk, so I'm actually actively freelancing and working from home. I've been doing it since 2009, side hustling for a few years, and then full-time since 2012, and I'm still freelancing to this day. I have clients today, like to this very day. I do client calls, client meetings, I book clients, and I'm very busy managing client work and course-based work and students and tutorials and blogging and podcasting and all that crazy stuff that I ended up getting myself into. I'm earning a generous living from home. I have no interest in posting my income reports and throwing money at you or doing ads with, checks and stuff like that. I don't care. I think that's a terrible way of advertising. But I am earning a generous living from home. And the reason why I would say that is because why would you listen to me to show you that it's possible if I'm not doing it myself? The reality is that I am, and you could take my word for it, or you could not. But I've been working from home for almost 10 years with clients and students, and it's been awesome. It's been a blessing, and I've learned a lot. I figured out how to conquer the feast or famine cycle, the famous feast or famine cycle with freelancers and client work. I figured out how to solve that, or at least how to mitigate it and ride that wave until you get more consistent income and revenue as you grow. Let's see. I got some web cred. To do, like I said, 10 years in business. I've worked with clients from London to Honolulu and everywhere in between. I've got 500,000 students in combination of Udemy, YouTube, Code College, Freelancing Freedom on my email list. So I've been there and done that and tried a whole bunch of stuff in that time frame. So I have a wealth of knowledge and experiences and wins and failures to pull from. Leah says, we want proof about singing and dancing. I didn't prepare my skit today, folks. So I apologize. I'm not even wearing shoes. So I'm no tap routine today, but I'm sure you could dig something up on YouTube. You actually can. So anyway, let's see. People still coming in here. Good. Okay. So that's my background. That's it. That's my hero story. I know I missed like 30 minutes more. I know I'm supposed to do a lot more than that, but I feel like 3 fun random facts about me, 3 reasons why you should care about the next hour or so, and that's good enough. Okay, here we go. So what can you expect from this whole thing, from this webinar? This is the part in the webinar where I'm supposed to seed the offer and tell you, what's to come, and then hint that there's something big at the end and everything like that. Well, I'm just going to cut all of the crap. Again, this might backfire on me from like a marketing standards perspective, but I'm trying to do this in a really radically honest way here. So bear with me. What can you expect in the next hour or so? First, I'm going to teach you what I would do if I started over from scratch. If I just like wipe the slate clean. And so many of you here are probably in that scenario, especially with the coronavirus, COVID, quarantine, all that sort of stuff. We've been forced to start over, losing our jobs, the market's tanking, all that sort of stuff. So what would I do if I started over from scratch? I needed to get really scrappy to start generating some income quickly to pay bills, to pay mortgage, to, get myself in a better position than I was yesterday. This is what I would do. And I'm going to give you the best that I can in about an hour or so. I'm going to give you what it is that I would do. So I'm kind of just doing this for myself, taking my own advice. Okay. Then what I'm going to do after that is invite you to work with me. Surprise, surprise. This is a webinar. At the end of a webinar, there's something for sale. My way of being straightforward about this is that, I have a business and I'm not like a trust fund baby. I don't get to fall back on that sort of stuff. Like I have to provide for my family. So, I'm going to teach you something, and hopefully you find it to be so valuable that you want more. And if you do, you have the option of working with me. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the anti-webinar thing and turn on the call to action button right now. So boom, there it is. I'm supposed to wait until the very end to do that. Basically, I'll tell you more about it later, because again, this is about you. It's not me about my course or program or any of that, but that link is there. for you to open up. I'm not going to hold your feet and give you a timer to click on it or something like that. It's there the whole time. You can click it and bookmark it and read it at any point today while we're doing this. So that's what it is that I'm going to talk about later, just so you know, okay? Now that that's out of the way, awkward, Brad, okay? What I'm going to do is answer your questions. I'm here. I'm live. This is the real deal. This is, what time is it? Monday, 1:15 Mountain Time, June 22nd. Coronavirus is happening. The world went up in flames. I mean, that's proof enough that I'm live, right? Okay? So I'm going to answer your questions. Any point, if you guys have questions, what I want you to do is click on in the somewhere here. Let me flip my screen for a sec. Below me here, there's a button that says ask a question. Click that and then ask a question. Why do that? Because then I can see a whole list and I can answer those questions and record the answer. So when I click answer question, it will timestamp my answer so that if you come back later to watch the replay, or if somebody else comes to watch the replay, they can see what my answer is and skip right to that part instead of watching the whole thing to get to the answer. And it's just a better way of organizing it. So do that. Let's see. More people coming in. Jennifer says, I'm here for the radically honest presentation. Great. I hope I don't bomb, because I'm basically winging this whole thing. Now, the only reason I can do that is because I've been doing this for a long time and I know what it is that I want to say and teach. I'm just praying to God that I can get through it with grace, okay, and not look like a total buffoon. Nicole says, thanks for doing this live. Of course. Text does not want me to tap dance on screen. All right. That's all the convincing I need. Let's jump back here. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's the deal. That's what you can expect. I have a promise that I want to give you here at the top of the show. I'm calling it a show because I don't like the word webinar. And in show, I come from a performance background, so I like to think of everything as a show. Okay? Oh, man. Okay. There is not enough coffee in this drink. All right. So the promise here is, do I have a slide that tells me what the promise is? Okay, good. There's a lot of stuff out there, okay? There's a lot of information promising you lifestyles of luxury, how to make everything about your personal life, your personal pleasures and your personal desires, firing your boss, living your best life, living on your own terms, blah, 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 blah. The reason why they promise that is because that marketing works. And I can verify that because I've tried that marketing before and it does work. Temporarily. It gets you in the door. It gets that curiosity loop open so that you can see what's on the inside, and then hopefully you use the right sales tactics to snatch them right up. See? But like I said, the reason why they promise that is that it works. Life is a struggle for most people, honestly. Everyone's got their own struggles. And at first glance, honestly, really, who doesn't want to make more money, have more time, have more satisfaction, an easier life, and fulfilling work? Who doesn't want that, right? The problem is the promise of that better life, the rich life, the good life, whatever the promise is it's intangible. There's no such thing as an easy business that actually provides for your family. Or a quick way to make lots of money that will actually last. And then you can do little bursts where you can get maybe a quick cash grab, but that's not going to last, right? So I'm not going to promise you a life of luxury, how to make lots of money in record time, or how you should fire your boss and disrespect another human being. I've tried that whole song and dance, but it's not authentic, okay? So here's my promise, as you see on the screen. I'm giving you my best. I'm going to do my absolute best to give you my best in this 60 to 70 minute. I didn't time this presentation, so I'm hoping it's about an hour. And by the end of the webinar, you'll have everything that you will need to do these three things. Okay. This is me holding my feet to the fire. You'll have everything that you need to be able to launch your business this week. And when I mean launch your business, I mean something scrappy. I mean something you're going to put together an offer. You're going to know who you're going to offer it to and what to say, and be able to book a paying client this month. I'd like that to happen this week. In fact, I'm going to give you a script to copy and paste, which I've done for years, and it's worked wonders for people on your social media, your Facebook, LinkedIn, and possibly even get you a client this week or today. Crazy things have happened doing this, okay? But without the glitz and glamour, I want to give you what you need to launch this week, book a paying client this month, and then follow a strategic marketing plan for continued growth this year. It's all about starting, not just planning to start, but starting and then retroactively planning to succeed moving forward. So that's what I want to do. I want to throw you in, like push you off the fence, get you started, show you what you got to do, and then we start being serious about it. And I'll give you what you need to be able to do to move forward more strategically. Sound fair? Great. Thanks. Applause. Awesome. Okay. So how do you make a legitimate income as an online freelancer or coach this year? I'm throwing the word coach in there because everybody uses that word now and everybody wants to be a coach. And it's such a vague term now. But what I mean is this. How can you get clients doing some sort of service and providing some sort of service for them, solving some sort of problem? So how do you make a legitimate income providing a service for somebody? Whether you're a freelancer, a coach, come on, bank. This is a terrible time to call me. My bank is calling me. Don't you know I'm on a webinar? Drop my phone. Okay. This is live, folks. I want you to be able to get clients, whether you're a web designer, a freelancer, graphic designer, a coach, a consultant, you are a business manager, a virtual assistant. That's what I mean by freelancer or coach. Say you're a wellness coach, like a health coach, life coach is a bit loose. I don't know if I'll go there, but hey, if you got a legit life coach business, that to be honest, that we need people to guide people through their life and through their struggles and through their journey. So I get it. That's what I'm trying to do here. Show you what's the legitimate way to make an income doing this sort of stuff. And what does it take? What do you need to know? What action steps do you need to do? Okay. So that's what I'm getting at here. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do this right here. How do you make a legitimate income as an online freelancer? Online is key because we're all stuck at home right now. So how do you do it online on the computer with the internet and all the tools we have available? How do we do that? I'm going to show you in this presentation, the show, with 3 simple steps. Simple does not mean easy, and I'm not going to present it as easy because it is not easy. Okay? If you're looking for easy, if you're looking for quick, if you're looking for the lifestyle, the glam, if you're looking for, I don't know, scammy stuff, you're not going to find it here, and I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. Moving on, okay? So here's step 1 of 3. Want it, and then work hard to earn it. Want it, then work hard to earn it. Okay? Starting and growing a sustainable, I'm not going to go to that slide yet. Jump in the gun, Brad. Starting and growing a sustainable business is hard work. It's really hard. And anyone who tells you otherwise, that it's easy, you don't need tech skills, you don't need this, you don't need that, they're lying. Or they're not doing it themselves for real. It's not a simple alternative to working a job. It comes with great risk. There's great potential upside, but there's also great risk, and you have to be okay with that. So you have to want it. So the first thing that I will consult my clients and coach my students through, my freelance students specifically, is some simple mindset tricks. And I know mindset is a word now everyone's using, so it loses its meaning. What I'm saying is get your head in the game. If you're telling yourself that you can't do it, well, then you're probably not going to be able to do it. If you're telling yourself that you're not worthy of doing it, well, then we're going to end up believing that. So it's just a mind trick. It's a Jedi mind trick you're playing on yourself. So I'm not talking about the fluffy manifestation stuff where you, throw it out into the universe and then it just happens. It doesn't. Okay. It really doesn't. So I don't buy that, but here's a few questions that you can ask to get your head in the game. So answer these questions, and I encourage you to actually write them down. Take a notepad real quick on your desk or something like that. Don't close the tab and then lose your spot. But take notes of this, write it down on a piece of paper or something like that. Answer these questions and go ahead and actually answer them right here in the live chat if you want to, if you feel comfortable. What's most important to you about starting your online business? So your freelance business, your consulting business, your coaching business, your work from home, your work online business. What's most important to you about that? Okay, I want you to answer that. Another question, why does it matter to you so much? Okay. That's my way of saying, what's your why? Again, a really popularized technique by Simon Sinek. I really admire the guy. What's your why? But everybody's copying that now and claiming it as their own, which it's not. But, why do you want to do this? What gets you out of bed with that? Why would you get out of bed every morning to do something hard, like grow your business that you don't know if it's going to work or not? Why does it matter so much? Okay. What is your bare minimum success metric? This is another thing. So a lot of people will dream big, and so they'll like throw it out into the universe and dream big and then hope it happens. The story doesn't work. But for the people where it does work, for whom it does work, is they set a bare minimum success metric. How do I know I did it? How do I know I made it? You know that phrase like, I know I made it when that. What is the bare minimum success metric? So when you go, I know I made it when, what is that? Okay. Could be 5 clients this month, could be $20,000 this year. Look, what is that? So we got some questions coming in from the audience here. Let's check it out. Alea says, it is really hard, but it is worth it. And Nicole says, I'm in charge of my income, not someone else, my employer. I like it. Satisfaction, says Namita. Be free, says Jane. Isaac, providing for my family. So these are, I like this. Keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming. What is your bare minimum success metric? Now, what's the worst case scenario? Tim Ferriss calls this fearscaping, I believe, to borrow from him in this idea here. It's all about what's the worst possible scenario, and why do we go there? Aren't we told not to think about the bad, and the ugly and the scary? Well, no. If you do, you just face the fear. You realize, it's probably not as bad as you think, or maybe it is really bad, and then you figure out how to mitigate and reduce that possibility. It's only a good thing to think, what happens if I mess this up? So what happens if you mess it up? What's the worst case scenario? I'm willing to bet that most of you are going to realize the worst case scenario ain't so bad. Okay. So Muna says fear setting. So you're familiar with Mr. Ferriss's work. That's wonderful. Alea says, instead of saying, will it work for me? You have to say, how hard am I willing to work for it? Yeah. So it's some simple mindset shifts. Okay. Now, what's your best case outcome? So it's like, okay, what's the worst case? Be like, okay, but what's the best case? What's the possibility for this working? And what would that look like? Now, what's your timeline for achieving this? Now, why do I say that? You want to answer those questions. You want to write them down. Think about your answers. Why does this matter? Because it reveals a desire in you for something more. Because maybe you're not really satisfied with the status quo. And that's okay. Nobody truly is satisfied with the status quo. We're human, and we're always searching for where our next step is. Okay. So it's important to sit in the moment and be present, because that's all you ever really have. But you want to be able to look forward and go, where's my next step? And so why does this matter? Why does writing this down matter? Because it excites you. It gives you permission to dream a little bit. And think about how awesome it would be if you started building those dreams in real life. So you got these big ideas and you go, well, what happens if it actually, what if I just start working on it? That's exciting, because here's the thing. Don't just think it's not real until you achieve the biggest, best case outcome. It's actually real the moment you put pen to paper, the moment you start doing something. So today I want to give you permission to answer these questions. What's most important about this? What's your bare minimum success metric? What's your timeline? And how can you start right now? In fact, you're starting right now. So if you're willing to move forward on this big idea, then that's you doing it, living it out. It's at the very early infancy stages of something potentially beautiful. Maybe a massive dramatic failure, but hey, those actually shape who we are as well. So there it is. Another thing I'm not supposed to say. I'm not supposed to tell you, Brad, stop telling them that it's hard and it might not work, okay? Sorry. Jackie says freedom, freedom, freedom. Love that. Alea says Nicole, lots of risk. Namita says luxurious life with a relaxed sleep. So when you have a concrete purpose for working towards something specific, you'll have willpower and grit to push past the roadblocks. There are roadblocks. They will come. They will always come. Even when you succeed, there are more roadblocks. But when you have a big idea and the purpose behind it and a calling towards it, then you're willing to scale that massive wall. Okay. So those are the questions. Okay. So now The real secret here, The Secret, everyone talks about The Secret, really popular movie where now everybody thinks that you just like think about something and it just happens. Okay, that bugs me. Very compelling, interesting, concept. Not okay with it, me personally, for a number of reasons. But the main reason I'm not okay with it is because all it does is it encourages people's desire for an easy way through. Doesn't happen like that. Okay? Some people sneak through the cracks, get lucky, or something like that. Most people, you got to work for it. Okay? So the real secret is it's not thinking and then hoping for it, and the universe will serve it. The universe wants to kill you, by the way. If you go out into the universe and you don't have a spacesuit and you're not on like the SpaceX ship or whatever is going on right now, you will not make it. It wants to suffocate you. Don't think the universe wants to just tender hold you and pat your bottom and give you everything you need on a silver platter. Not happening, okay? Oh, thanks again, folks. So cheesy, Brad. Okay. Here's the real secret. You heard it here, folks, okay? It's thinking. That's a part of it, yes. Mindset shift. Think about something awesome. Think about the worst case scenario. Think about the best case scenario. Then plan how it's going to work. Then start doing it. Repeat that over and over, ideally in sequential, orderly fashion with somebody giving you steps along the way. And that's a better path forward, okay? Hey, buddy, I'm on the live stream, okay? I work from home. When I'm done working, man, I'll jump on the trampoline, okay? All right, bye. I'm live, folks, for real. My son is banging on the door. Okay, so you need to want it, okay? So you need to want it, of course, but you can't stop there. And ultimately, unfortunately, that's what many people will lead you to believe, that you just need to think about it, have a desire, and it will happen. And how are you going to make it happen? Buy my magical program for 3 payments of $2,997 or something like that. It's total BS. You actually have to want it and then work hard to earn it. So what I suggest in practical sense is set a big, specific, and time-bound goal. So what's the big part? The big part is meant to make the effort worth your while, okay? It will lead you... Sorry, I'm trying to follow notes here. I got a little thrown off. Maybe I need more coffee. Okay, so big, specific, time-bound. Big, why? It excites you. It makes you excited. It makes you want to work towards it. It's something exciting. If you're like, you know what? I'm going to start my business this year, and guess what my big goal is? I am going to get a client by 2027. That is so lame. It's so small, and it's so insignificant in not a good way. You're not going to want to work towards that. I'm going to be a published author, and so I'm going to write my first word tomorrow. No, get excited about it, okay? Big. You want it big, super bigly, okay? Now, then make it specific. So not just something sky high with nothing to hold on to. You got to give yourself something to anchor onto. Specific. What is that specific part, okay? So instead of just, I want to work for myself, it becomes build an $84,000 a year client-based business. That's specific. What about time-bound? Time-bound is, and quit my job by 2021 in July. So a year from today, I want to quit my job, $84K a year business, and with clients, and maybe a mixture of courses and other products and certain sales. That's specific, big, specific, and time-bound. Why is that exciting? Why is that good? Why is that the magical secret formula? It's because it gets you excited. It inspires you. We're human. We need to be excited. Excited is my mixture of excited and inspired, by the way. And then it gives you practical steps because you want to reverse engineer it. Right here, reverse engineer it, make a plan. So how do you build an $84K a year business in 12 months? Well, break it down. Break it down. Where is it? Wait. Break it down. You need $7,000 a month in average income. That's a $84,000 a year business, okay? Probably everyone here would agree that's a life-changing number. unless you're already like making bank and you got 150K a year in income, and then you're like, whoa, whoa, Brad, I need a lot more than that. Not going to happen. But that's a good number. If you were doing that for yourself from home, then you'd be pretty happy about it. And let me tell you, if you can do 84K a year, you can do a lot more than that. You can do 100, 150, possibly even 200 or more, because it's the same building blocks, just at a different scale. Okay. So let's start with 84K a year, break it down. In 12 months, you need to average, by the 12th month, you need to be able to average 7,000 in income per month. Break it down, how you're going to get there: quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. Now, there's actually a strategy to this. You can't just like do random things, write random blog posts and hope for the best. There's actual steps. There's steps for business planning, for building your systems. There's marketing, getting better at your sales, offering a product. Your price matters. Should you do social media? What's your content strategy? There's a lot. And that's why I want to shed some light here. And that's precisely why the launch button below, you click there and you can go through. I'm going to help you with all this stuff. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. Leah says, this is freelancing freedom. Leave work and go jump on the trampoline. Love it. Agreed. Careful with the thought forever purgatory. Need to put some action in it. Work on it. Awesome. Kids, says Tex. That was the sweetest thing, says Nate. Nicole says reverse engineer it. Brilliant. Love it. Omar, looking at it now, it feels not possible. Cry face. Don't cry. I'm going to cry. Okay. You can do it but it might be hard for you. It's probably going to be hard for everyone, by the way. We have students in the course from all over the world. We have students from India. We have students from Eastern and Western Europe, and we have students from up and down the Americas. So I'm pretty surprised and shocked by what people can do when they're pushed. Omar, it is so possible. I went from 30K to 6 figures in 8 months, says Alea. So don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, so how do you reverse engineer it and plan it out? Okay, what's this? Oh yeah, I'm going to answer that question from this handsome fellow in a moment. Let's say the first 3 months, planning, building, you got initial client hustle, you offer a simple $1,000 service. It's pretty straightforward. Let's say you got an average of $1,000 a month. So one $1,000 client per month, or maybe two $500 clients. Very, very easy, accessible. All that is just you getting over your fear, okay? And the fear of rejection, which I'll get to in a moment here, okay? The next 3 months, so quarter 2 of your approach, okay? Marketing, strategically and honestly. I am the marketing honestly guy, by the way. Referrals from your initial client base. You got 3, 4, 5, 6 clients. Get referrals. Ask them for clients. Hey, do you know somebody? Hey, do you know somebody? Send them my way. Don't be afraid to ask. Increase your rate for your primary core service to say $2,000, $1,500, 200, $2,000, somewhere around there. Okay. Incorporate a monthly retainer for your past clients. They're not gone. They're not gone forever. Get them back. Help them. Serve them. Protect what you built for them. Provide a maintenance retainer and get them on a $300, $500, $800 a month retainer. 3, 4 of those people at that amount, like, you're laughing. Okay. You're paying bills. That's bills money is what I call it. Okay. So now the next 3 months, quarter 3, you got automated marketing funnels. So you start building an automated marketing asset. Okay. That's my bread and butter. I love that part, by the way. Consistent leads, bookings, weeks out. You want to know that there are clients coming weeks out. Like, you got a wait list. Like, you got a wait list. You feel like this. Okay. Now, hire an assistant to help you with the mundane, repetitive tasks, service delivery, retainers, client management, automate repetitive tasks. Now you're at, say, like an average of $5,000 a month. Okay. So I know I skipped from 1 to 5, but that's like 6 months later. Very possible. Final 3 months. Now we're getting into increasing capacity for clients. You want more client spots, or you have to raise your price. Okay. You could do a mixture of both, and then you can get to that number. Sell more retainers to past clients, offer an introductory product or service or software or course for a lower budget range, and start marketing for that. Sell 10 units of that product per month. Now you're getting closer to that $7,000 number. And that's some back of the napkin math right there. But the way it breaks down, I'll show you in a slide here in a moment. Okay. So your circumstances, I'm going to tell you, I see people here who are like going, whoa, is this actually possible? Your circumstances can change dramatically very quickly. Okay. Sometimes that overnight success takes a year, 2 years to happen. And then it's overnight. So it never is really, it's the tip of the iceberg, that overnight success. That dramatic change and transformation can happen. So it's possible that for some of you here, You've been working towards this, and then now you're at the tip of the iceberg, and now you're just about to be tipped over it. For some of you, it's the very beginning. It's going to be a while before you start seeing some real progress, but keep at it, okay? Because your circumstances can change. Make a plan. So want it, make a plan, then earn it. Got it? Does that make sense? Okay. Again, that's not what it is that I'm supposed to say, but it's the truth. Okay. And I'd rather give you the truth and be able to sleep at night and not make that many sales by the end of this week by being straight up about it, but know that maybe at some point that person will come back to me, or they'll never come back to me, but I will set them on the right path. That's what I'm willing to do. Because I could follow a formula for all of this and probably do better for myself, but I don't know. I'm kind of sick of that monkey dance now. Okay. So V Guerrero says, where are you getting those 1K to 5K clients? Is that in web dev business? I can't get anyone to pay that. I'm an awful introvert. My communication is bad. This is my biggest fear. We'll get to that. I'm going to mark that as a question, actually, Nahid. And V Guerrero, I'm going to mark that as a question. And I can't anyone to pay me that. I'm going to mark all those as questions, and we're going to address those. Okay. So now rejection and hearing no. So the introvert part of you, the fear part of you that's worried, that's afraid when you get rejected, it scares you, doesn't it? Right? Okay. So here's what I have to say about that. Don't be afraid of rejection. Work through the fear. So you're going to have fear. I'm not saying get rid of the fear. Stop it. You're being silly. Have the fear. Push through it. It sucks at first, okay? But when you switch your thinking to actually thinking that you want to collect rejections, so you want to collect those rejections rather than get away from them, here's why you should aim to collect rejections. Go for no, as I like to say. They always say go for yes. I say go for no, because it's proof that you're trying. And success in business is a numbers game, ultimately, at the end of the day. If you don't play the game, then you can't score, right? So keep shooting over and over again. Eventually you'll land one. And in that shooting, that's practice. That's specific, targeted practice. Target practice. The more you're practicing the right way, the better you're going to be getting at yes. So your first 100 shots, let's say, you're going to get rejected a lot. Collect those 90 rejections and keep them and put them on your wall as like a badge of honor, because that shows that you're succeeding. That shows that you're working toward it, okay? And then your next 100 attempts at shooting, let's say, business, getting a client, marketing efforts, whatever, now your success rate is higher. You don't have as many failures. Maybe only have 80 failures, rejections. Go for no, okay? And hope for yes. You're going to miss a lot of shots, but you'll never sink every attempt. So don't just avoid it altogether, because then you'll always lose, right? Now, another question is, why freelancing? Why that model? Why not? I want to tell you why I love the client-based model, essentially, is what I'm getting at. The great thing about freelancing and not other business models like affiliate marketing or just starting like an online course business, or heaven forbid, MLM, multi-level marketing pyramid scams. What? I didn't say that. Did I say that? I did say that. Coffee break. Why do I love the client-based model? Here's why. Because you can start fast and you can move fast. You be quick on your feet, right? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee sort of thing. The problem with other models like affiliate marketing and starting straight with online courses and building software, selling digital products, is that those require a heck of a lot of time, authority, effort, and money before you'll ever start seeing a real return. I'm not knocking affiliate marketing, but let me tell you, I've got an email list of 25,000 people, and I do affiliate marketing for certain products. And I certainly wouldn't quit my day job over it. So if you're being sold that affiliate marketing is the secret, well, you're looking at really building authority for free for years before you can even get to that level of affiliate income being something significant. Whereas you start with clients right away, You develop an offer, a minimum viable product, a minimum viable solution, which we'll get to, for somebody who's hurting, and you price it right, and you can get a client this week. And you will have made just as much as the annual income of a multi-level marketing independent consultant. You can look at their average salaries, by the way, and you'll be very surprised that it doesn't work. But anyway, and with affiliate marketing, that takes a long time, okay? You're building an asset, sure, I guess, content-wise, but don't bank on it. Client work, you got something in you, you got a skill, you find the right people, you present your offer, you get better at marketing. Client work. You can have a dramatically different model within 3 months, okay? Within 2 months, okay? Nate, that really deserved a horn sound. And Jackie says, collecting rejections, I love it. Okay, so the second reason I love client work is, well, I think I already said it, is you can get started really fast. You can have a paying client really quickly. And the third reason I like it is because today there is a large and growing demand for work from home freelancers, subcontractors, businesses who are looking for people working from home, coaches, consultants, people who are looking for help and guidance online. Everyone's using Zoom, everyone's using work from home stuff now. And so it's become less taboo. Like even 4 months ago, 5 months ago, it was taboo to be like, I work from home online. Can you meet me on Zoom? And everybody like, what the hell is Zoom? But everybody now Zooms it up, okay? Everyone's Zooming it. Let's see. V Guerrero, hum the lean startup stuff, hey? That's interesting. I guess. Are you referring to something, V Guerrero, is that a book? Lean startup? Or is it like a proposition or a concept? Because if it's a concept, then yes. Keep it lean because you can pivot and move quickly and easily. Come up with an idea, try it. It doesn't work. Okay, try a different one. Okay, try a different one. Versus taking out a huge loan, going all in on something, and then it's not going to work, and then you're screwed. Okay, that's essentially what I'm talking about. The job market has removed to remote, says Patrick. So that's another reason why I really like the client-based model. You can get clients really quickly and start to see the fruits of your labor quickly to validate if it's even a good idea. Okay, that's why I like it. That's why I like it. Okay. Lean Startup is a book. Okay, cool. Sweet. I'll check it out later. So you can start right now. I'm giving you permission to start right now. And here comes the famous script that I always get people to try and do right here. So use this script. And Facebook and LinkedIn are the two places that I've heard that people get the most results. Specifically Facebook. Probably this might even work even better nowadays because of the whole coronavirus pandemic. LinkedIn as well, if you're on LinkedIn. Maybe Instagram, it might work if you're on Instagram. Obviously other social media networks as well. But this is a script that I'd recommend you give a try. Write it down, take a screenshot of this. I'll also send you a follow-up email afterwards as well. But try this out. You can try it out right now. Just don't close the browser and lose your spot. But try it out. Hey friends, I'm in the early stages of launching my such and such business, and I'm looking to build up my client list. If you know of somebody who is in need of this type of solution, what your solution is for their specific business, then would you mind tagging them in this post or introduce them to me in a private message? I think nowadays it's called DM, direct message. So I'm not up with the Zoomer generation anymore, the DM. So, whatever your audience says, PM, DM, message, phone call, letter, whatever you want to write. I have an X number of available spots for new clients who want my discounted launch rate. Oh, and there's a reward, whatever that is, in it for anyone who sends me a paying client. Thanks, and then your name. Move this around, change it up, use your own voice, obviously. Don't use the exact same wording because, that would be silly. But that's the idea, that's the structure. And it's worked for a lot of people. I've actually surprised a lot of people with that actually working. It's something that I've tried myself when I started out in some shape or form, and lots of my students have actually tried this. People who've never even joined my courses try the script and go, wow, I probably should have joined your course after doing that because it really worked for me. Not promising that it'll work, but it might, okay? If it fails, collect it as a rejection and keep going, right? Okay, so if you have any questions about this was step 1, okay? Told you, simple, not easy. Post it in the question box because it looks like people are doing that. Okay, I want to try and move into now the next step because again, I want to be respectful of everyone's time on this. I don't want to be rushing through stuff, but I also don't want to be blabbing on too much. All right, so next step 2, you need a power trio offer. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you a real quick thing about the grizzly bear dance. I live in an area where not particularly here, but I'm close to the Rocky Mountains. So there's grizzly bears, black bears. And so there's a thing called the grizzly bear dance where, if any of you know this, grizzly bears, to put their scent on like trees, will go to a tree and do like a grizzly bear dance. Like they'll do, let me do this. Something like that. You can Google it. You can YouTube it. Okay. And they do that to it looks like they're scratching an itch, really, but they're putting their scent to let people know, or bears know, that they're in the area. But it makes me think about scratching an itch. So, when you have an itch on your back in a weird spot, you can't really reach it. You get a friend or a family member to like, could you scratch that spot? No, higher, left, to the right, no, down, up, down, to the left, oh gosh. Not that. So that's scratching an itch. By no means is it actually an emergency or totally urgent. You can go to a door jam, do the grizzly bear dance, right? So a lot of new businesses make the big mistake of doing the grizzly bear dance with their business. Because what they do is they build their whole model around trying to scratch their customer's itch. When really, most people don't need their itches scratched. They can do it themselves. They can grizzly bear dance on the door jam, right? Okay. But if you want to be successful with your attempts right from the start, you need to make take a totally different approach. And to do that, I'm going to tell you a really quick story, really, really quick. So car accident, urgent problem. Everyone knows that car accidents are not good. My parents, a couple weeks ago, were out running errands. They were on the Trans-Canada Highway. This stretch of road was particularly bad, wet, lots of potholes, and lots of really aggressive and poor drivers. And that's my opinion of that particular stretch of road. But it's a pretty dangerous spot. And so my mom noticed up ahead that the sports car veered off into the shoulder really quickly. And in a split second, what she had to do was a matter of life or death. So it would be me telling the story of not having a mother right now or having one. So what happened was the sports car veered off, and in a split second, there was a truck careening towards their vehicle, their little tiny beater car. And in that second, she yanked the vehicle out into oncoming traffic and just missed the truck. And long story short, everyone was okay, shaken up and scared, of course, lots of damage on the road and the vehicles and such. There was the truck was off into the bushes, into the side of the road. And there was a little girl in there. She was terrified because the driver fell asleep at the wheel, apparently. Anyway, everyone was okay, thank God. But emergency crews were coming. People were giving blankets to the little girl, totally forgetting about the whole coronavirus thing, stay 6 feet apart. They were just helping. It was an emergency. It was urgent. Okay. And so why I wanted to say that was, we've all heard of those horror stories or an accident or some sort of emergency scenario where when something like that happens, you zone in on, okay, this is urgent. We need to solve this problem now. If it's a go to the emergency room now, you don't think about it and Google it for a little bit and watch some YouTube videos and subscribe to a popular Instagram influencer to find out if you should rush to the emergency room. No, you don't do that. You just at all costs go do your best attempt to solve the problem, which is go to the emergency room, get the doctor, paramedics, like that sort of stuff. Okay. So you need to build your business not around the grizzly bear dance, scratching an itch. It's think about it as a more urgent problem. I've heard it called the neck bleed problem, but I try to avoid using that because it's a bit gory, but you get the idea. If you got an itch, use the door jam. If you are gushing blood, go to the emergency room. So you need to look for a problem, not for an itch. Does that make sense? Okay. So you need the Power Trio offer. Here's the Power Trio offer. Okay. 3 parts: your people, urgent problem, the solution. Your people that's your niche or your niche, as some people like to incorrectly pronounce it. But anyway, we've all heard of the niche before, what a niche is. You need a niche. Who are these people? Do they really exist? Pick a group of people that you really care about, a person who represents a larger body of people, and ask, why do they matter to you? Why do they hang out? Where are they? So this is a type of person. So it could be a culture. It could be an industry. It could be like a type of business, like veterinarians. It could be women entrepreneurs. It could be stay-at-home moms. It could be, I'm just like anything, any group of people. That's your niche. People who play guitar and live in Russia. Like that sort of thing. Okay. Urgent problem. This is the part where nobody asks this, or not nobody, but this is where things go downhill quickly. If you don't ask what's the urgent problem, then you're sure as heck not going to be able to provide a solution. Okay. So what's the urgent problem? The urgent problem is that neck bleed problem, not the grizzly bear dance, the car accident sort of thing. So is it like couples? Is it a married couple? Maybe you're a counselor or you're a coach. Maybe it's guys who are like addicted to alcohol and you've survived that and you want to be able to help them through that. Okay. So that's like, what's the big problem there? Marriages, maybe it's businesses. So maybe it's not personal side or health or wellness. Maybe it's business. Maybe you are really good at building websites. Maybe you're really good at Facebook advertising. Maybe you are really good at copywriting. Maybe you are a good writer and your clients aren't good at writing sales copy or advertising copy, these sorts of things. Big problems, not grizzly bear dance itches, like car accident issues, emergencies, urgent issues, that if they don't solve this problem, their lives or businesses will be dramatically different for the worse soon. Business is all about serving people and solving problems. Good, ethical, and honest businesses. Not all businesses. I can't speak for people who swindle people out of money, but what I can tell you is that good, honest, and ethical business is about serving people, putting yourself beneath them and approaching it with humility so that you can transform them from where they are to where they need to be. Okay? Urgent problem. Solution. What is the solution? So who are your people? What do they struggle with? What do they suffer with? How are you going to solve it? What is that solution? Okay. How can you solve it? What skills, abilities, who do you know? What software are you good at? What are you good at? What can you do to bring a solution to the problem? Okay. How do you find all this sort of stuff out? You talk to people, you talk to yourself, you talk to your friends, you talk to groups you're in, you hang out at watering holes like Facebook groups, all these sorts of things. You figure out who's the market, what's the deficiency, and how are you going to get them through it. Okay. Power trio offer. When you find your people, discover their urgent problem and determine a viable solution by asking for the sale, by hanging out in groups and finding out what people actually struggle with and that there's no actual solution for or a good solution for, now you're onto something. Now you get to start working towards that. Okay. V. Guerrero, so finding a market, look for a way to provide value to that group. Great question. I'm going to post that as a question there so we can address it after. So here's my triple threat model. Again, theater background, remember failed musical theater career? Well, I'm still hanging on to the whole triple threat thing. So triple threat model, there's 3 pieces to your business model that you need to have in place. What you offer, okay? So here is it in a kind of a little bit of a graphic, I guess you could say. You need a core offer, an intro offer, and a continuity offer, okay? A good rule of thumb. You can have just 2 things, you could have 3 things, you could have just 1 thing and succeed all the same. But I like to split it up into this. It's kind of like investing. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. You split them out, kind of hedge your bets sort of thing. And this is a way that I find serves your audience really well. Core offer is your done for you, high premium value service, full meal deal, one-to-one client work, premium pricing. Let's say it's $2,000 to $10,000 for a client. Now, eventually you'll get there. Right now, right out of the gate, probably not. This might be more like $1,000 or $500 service. But this is the price range that you could be looking at in a relatively short time frame. A lot of my students are doing this, and I recommend it to anyone who's actually good at what they do and are in business and need to make money and can solve a good problem. That's what you're looking at. You get 10 of those clients a year, then you're looking at pretty good change, 20K to 100K. Okay, again, these is just back of the napkin math, but just to give you an idea of the breakdown. Intro offer. This is a do-it-yourself offer. So for your client to do it themselves. This one, you do it for them. The intro, they do it themselves. So that's like a course, a workshop, a workbook, a digital product, software, some sort of thing that they can, like a template, an ebook, something that you can sell that's low ticket and the whole marketing, sales, and fulfillment and management is completely automated. Okay. People call this passive income, but passive income is not a real thing because you have to work really hard for the passive income to happen. Okay. So I'm not knocking passive income. I really enjoy having sales happen without me needing to be there to collect the cash and deliver the service or the value, but you got to work really hard to get there. Okay. 100 to $1,000. Okay. Now, Omar, wait, do you offer this 3 options? We'll answer that question. Don't worry. So 50 customers a year, intro offer, 5,000 to 50,000. Okay. That's like, again, back of the napkin math. Continuity offer, done with you. Recurring revenue. So this is you do it with them, or your assistant does it with them, or your community does it with them. Recurring revenue, maintenance, retainers, coaching, membership, subscriptions, $100 to $1,000 a month. That's really high ticket range, and this is kind of a lower ticket range. Get 5 of those a year, and you're looking at, again, 6 to 60K. Put that together, and you're looking at a really healthy business model. Working to get there, a lot of hard work, believe you me, okay? Now, quick question. Omar says, do you offer this as your options to your client? No way. You give all 3 of these things to your client up front, then you're just going to scare them off and give them way too many things to think about. You know, as a salesperson, what is the right solution. So let's say you get them on a call and you talk to them, you realize, oh, you know what? They are probably best suited to my introductory offer. So you offer that to them. You pitch that to them. Or you pitch you're done for you, or you're done with you. Your done with you service is more for core offer clients who are now done. You're done the work, but you want to support them moving forward. You want to give them support, maintenance, maintain whatever you created for them, coaching, consulting, any of that. That's your done with you. It's usually reserved for existing clients. Intro offers for people who are not willing or ready to pay your high ticket product or service. And that's fair. Like if I were to tell you that I could build out your entire marketing and funnel campaign and, you can work with me for a month, but it's going to be like 10K, you're going to be like, I'm not ready for that. But if I say I've got something for hint, there's something coming at the end of this presentation, something to do it yourself. And I'm charging like, a lower ticket range, $500, $1,000. Then you market to them in the right area, in the right marketing channel. Okay, so we'll get to that. And so yeah, V. Guerrero says, I think it's more of having multiple ways and forms of revenue. Yeah, so this is the different way you structure out your offerings, okay? So can I still scratch my client's itch? Of course you can. That's what content is for. That's what blog posts are for. That's what YouTube videos are for, podcasts, email lists, email subscriptions, email courses. That's what free stuff is for, scratching an itch so that you could show them you can actually solve their big problem. Okay, that's what the content is for. Step number 3. Now, if you have questions about step number 2, just post it in the questions and we'll get to it. We're already at an hour here. Okay, so the presentation, like I said, I didn't time it. So a little bit more than an hour, folks, okay? But we're on step 3. We're on the last step. So hang with me here. I'm hoping that this is good. I'm hoping that this is coming across and you see what it is that what I got here. There's a lot that goes into it for me to possibly distill a successful business in, 75 or 80 minutes is crazy talk. But what I can give you is to kind of a roadmap to follow and hopefully give you some practical things like the script and like how you should break down your pricing and how you should break down your offers and what a niche really is. Your power trio offer. You got the people, problem, product, right? PPP. Think about it like that. People, problem, pro. I can't even say it myself. Let's try it again. People, problem, product. Who are your people? What do they suffer with? And how are you going to solve it with a product or service? Okay. Step number 3. All right. Implement the 4 crucial building blocks. So you're a business owner now, not an employee. Okay. That's another mindset shift. You're not working for somebody, you are working for yourself. And so now you have to run a business. All right. So I'm going to poke a couple sore spots here. So there are 4 departments that you need to, that every business has. Okay. The McDonald's, the local coffee shop that's suffering because no one is able to go into the store because of the quarantine, the deli, the lawyer. I don't know why I'm doing the Brooklyn accent / I don't know what accent this. I don't know what I'm thought. I gotta have more coffee, bro. Okay, where was I talking? Where was I? I'm back. 4 departments: marketing, sales, fulfillment, management. Nicole, keep going, Brad. This is great info. Is anyone worried it might go over an hour? Let's do this. Cool. I love it. All right. I'm in. Thank you for that. That applause was for you, Nicole, by the way. Marketing, sales, fulfillment, management. Here's the problem. Everyone hates marketers. People suck at sales. Most people don't like managing stuff. And the only part people seem to like doing is the work, the fulfillment. Okay. That's 75% of your business being neglected. Okay. People get a bad taste of marketing because people do it unethically nowadays. They've always done it unethically, actually. There's been a slim percentage of people who've attempted at doing it properly. And let me tell you, it's really hard to do it successfully, to be an honest marketer. People suck at sales because they don't like salesmen and saleswomen. They don't like being sold to. It feels slimy. And they have this image of the 80s used car salesman, right? And most people don't like managing stuff because managing stuff sounds so boring, and you need to be like a specific type of person who manages stuff. And then the fulfillment, yeah, people like doing the work because it's fun. That's the part, the building, the designing, the writing, the creating, that sort of stuff. Of course, but here's the deal. All of these problems, you can't be a 25% business owner. You have to be 100%. Ron Swanson says, don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing. So in this case, don't be a 25% business owner. Don't quarter of the way there, okay? You have to full on. You have to go full on in order to make it through. So you have the departments now, so suck it up. And it's time to figure out how to like it. In fact, the only reason you don't like these things, most people don't like these things, maybe you like some of these things, is because they are based on misconceptions. The 80s used car salesman. You don't have to be that to be successful at sales. Marketing is fun. It's the reason why we are attached to certain brands and products and people, because of good marketing. We just notice the bad marketing. Good marketing, you don't notice. Bad marketing, it just stands out like a grizzly bear dance, right? People suck at sales because they don't want to be the greasy, Ricky Swat. I don't know. What's his name? I don't know. The greasy used car salesman. Management, it just seems boring, right? So here's the deal. Let's get into it. So what do you do? Let's move to my next slide. Okay. It doesn't have to be so bad. You can actually learn to like some of these things, all of these things rather, and get through it. In fact, maybe you might love some of these things by the end of it. So I love the psychology of marketing. I think it's fascinating. I have fun marketing. Sales is a masterclass in humility, by the way, and conversationalism. And someone's got to manage the business. Okay. If you can't do that, then you're not going to be a business owner. Okay. So let's see if we can bring some clarity to each of these steps. Okay. Let's start with marketing. This is you, marketing is when you get your offer to the market. Okay. This is you getting your offer to the market. Imagine a bustling marketplace, okay, full of yesteryear, the marketplace of yesteryear, with vendors of all sorts, okay, offering various solutions to various problems. We're just in a digital, hyper-connected version of that marketplace, but now the entire world is in attendance, okay? Now, how do you stand out in that hyper-crowded marketplace? Well, this is precisely why you developed that power trio offer, okay? You need to be very specific, polarizing, even repelling to people who are not your people. So find your people, attract them, and repel everyone else. You got to do that. Okay. You can't market to everyone. Because if you are trying to market to everyone, it's not going to work, because when you market to everyone, nobody's going to listen. So instead of marketing to one person and market to one person. Why? Because everyone they represent will feel like you're speaking to them. Okay. So now I lost my spot again. Okay. Just ignore everyone else, market to one person, because then everyone they represent, they will be attracted to what it is that you're saying. Know your people, what they struggle with, and how you're going to solve it. Hey, are you this person? Oh, do you suffer with this? Great. Here's how I can help. That's essentially it distilled into a cheesy sentence. Now, the time I gave $10,000 to a guy, I said I'd include this story in my webinar email to get you to come. Okay. So I did give $10,000 to a guy last year to help me set up my Facebook advertising marketing funnel, campaigns, copy, like a whole kit and caboodle. I was at a stage where I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna invest in a serious next step. Long story short, it was both a success and a failure in the way that I had expectations that I don't think were realistic. I thought I was going to be like a millionaire overnight. Not the case. Instead, it was like a long, stretched out, difficult process of trial and error. Granted, the person, the company that I paid, they did that. They did what they said they would. They did their work. They did a good job, and I learned a lot. And I did make my money back from it, and more, of course. I definitely did. Now, what can you learn from this? So you don't have to spend $10,000 to learn certain lessons, okay? Be very specific about who you are and what you offer, what you're for, what you stand for, what the neck bleed problem is, and how you plan to solve it. And then you should be able to show up and do it. Keep it simple. A lot of people like to complicate business and to like use excuses and thinking, oh, I need a course, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need a business plan, I need an LLC, I need this, I need this. And all it is it's just excuses. And your circumstances can change dramatically. Okay. So you need to be specific. Keep it so simple. Have like a signature, like I said, power trio offer. Have something that is your core offer, something to support it with an introductory product eventually, and then something to support your clients along the way. It's all built around one thing: how you can solve their neck bleed problem at various stages, before it's an emergency, while it's an emergency, and after you've solved it. Okay. So think about it like that. Okay. What else did I learn? Facebook ads are very hard and very expensive. Finding and landing on a price for your service is actually very difficult. And it comes down to trial and error and a bit of science and psychology. But if you keep it simple, you know your people, you have good marketing. All the marketing is finding your people and getting them to listen to you so you can connect with them, communicate with them, and bring them to the next step. So, which is sales, by the way, and I'll get that into a sec, but you need to always be marketing. That's the other thing. It wasn't, okay, we're going to help you for a month and you're going to have this 1 month blast and you're going to make lots of money. No, it was like, no, this is something that you're going to tweak for a long time, maybe even years. So it's always be marketing. It's the solution to the feast or famine, because while you are working with a client, you stop marketing. And then all of a sudden, when you're done working with that client, you don't got client work anymore and nobody in the pipeline. It's because you stopped marketing. If you're always marketing, then you'll have someone lined up by the end of it. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's marketing in a nutshell. And there are 4 key stages of a buyer's journey. So I'll tie this into marketing. So they got the awareness stage, consideration stage, decision, and advocacy stage. The marketing department takes care of these 2 stages: awareness and consideration. Awareness is they just found out about you. They never heard of you before. They downloaded your free thing, watched your video. They like you. They're not going to buy from you yet, but they like you. They'll go to the consideration stage. Now they know who you are after taking in some content, reading some stuff, attending a webinar, workshop, book, whatever. Get them on your list, provide an email course, and get them into the next stage. So that's what marketing takes care of. If you stop marketing, then you're not going to have this happening all the time. Okay. Now we're going to talk sales. We're going to move into sales. So sales is, so if marketing is set them up, sales is knock them down. You know the phrase, you set them up, I'll knock them down. Let me get a, you set them up, I'll knock them down. Something like that. How do you find time to do 100%? What are you referring to? Am I missing something there? Omar? 100%. Okay, I'm going to mark that as a question, and if you can clarify, then I can answer it after. Marketing brings people into the door. Sales makes them customers. So you might think, what, me, a salesperson? Like, I can't do that. I don't like sales. I hate sales. I don't like selling. Everyone has to sell themselves every single day. When you have a conversation with someone, when you talk to an employee, when you talk to a friend, when you talk to an acquaintance, when you talk to the dentist, and you don't want them to drill without too much, like without, they want more freezing, maybe you have to sell yourself and you have to sell your position all the time. Okay. So the better you're at selling what it is that you're offering, the easier it's going to be for everyone. Okay. So you have to sell anyway. You might as well get good at it. And it doesn't have to be sleazy. If you believe in your solution for your people, then you should be able to sell it. And it takes practice. Okay. Omar, how do you find time to do 100%? I'll get to that, my friend. So if you can sell yourself and your solution, now you can get other people to help and software to automate the process. This is perfect. So sales, you don't always have to be selling. You can have other people sell for you. You can have software sell for you. Same with marketing. You don't always have to be marketing personally. You can have an assistant and software to delegate and automate your marketing. Okay. You don't need to be a used car salesman. The old high school friend who launched, or that old high school friend who comes to your dinner party and launches into their MLM pitch. That friend who's no longer a friend anymore. Yeah. You don't have to be that. And you don't have to be used car salesman. Okay. As an engineer, says Triple R, is there a viable solution for outsourcing sales or marketing? Great question. Marked it as a question. Okay. And Vedant says sales is an essential life skill. It is. It takes practice. So in the buyer's journey, this is your department, your sales department's responsibility is this decision stage. They're deciding whether or not to buy from you or a competitor. So if you're not selling what it is that you have to offer, selling the benefit of the solution, then they're going to buy from somebody else. They're waiting for you to give them permission to choose you. But if you're like, I don't like sales because it makes me feel sleazy and I don't believe in sales. So I don't know what that accent is, by the way. But if you're not doing that, then you're making the decision for your client, which is, okay, don't buy from that person because they're not confident in their solution. Let's say you have an emergency. Think about it this way. You're bleeding out your arm. You gashed your arm on like a tree trunk or something, okay? Grizzly bear was doing the grizzly bear dance. You came across, you surprised it. It swiped at you and it gashed your arm. Now you're running to the emergency room or an ambulance or something. And the paramedic is like, looks like you have a problem. And you're like, yes, can you please save me? Okay, well, I'm not comfortable convincing you that I'm the right choice. I mean, there's lots of paramedics and I just started last month and I don't know, I'm pretty nervous and I'm kind of an introvert and I just don't really like convincing people that I'm the right choice. So maybe you might want to call around first. No, you fool. You just messed things. You just screwed somebody up. They're looking for you to convince them that you're the right choice. Like, do something about it. Okay. So that's that. Now the job from that is the fulfillment stage. This is the part people like. Marketing has set them up. Sales has knocked them down. Fulfillment picks them up and carries them to where they need to be. Okay. So fulfillment is the doing part. This is the part people love. Building the websites, designing the brand, writing the book, solving the problem, getting your hands dirty. But you can't only go 25% of the way. You can't just go part of the way. You have to go all or nothing. Nobody likes a quarter done job. Tex Smith, what if they don't realize they're bleeding? That's where scratching an itch comes in. Okay. So here's two things. You are going to have customers at various stages. Remember this buyer's journey that I just showed you? I'm going to go here. Buyer's journey. Awareness, consideration, decision, advocacy. Awareness stage, they don't realize they have that they're bleeding. They're not there yet. They're not bleeding yet. They're walking into the forest where the grizzly bear is, sort of thing. They start to see in the consideration stage, bear droppings, bear scat, and it's warm and they hear some huffing nearby. Oh, there's a bear, a big one, a big bear. Consideration stage. What should I do now? Something is about to happen. Maybe I'll be okay. Maybe I won't. I'm starting to get nervous. Decision stage. This is when they turn around and a big mama bear is there, like claws in the air, roaring into the sky. It's 7.5 feet tall. There's no chance of escape or getting out there without some sort of problem. That's the decision stage. What do I do? Maybe they got a swipe. I need to do something fast. Advocacy stage is after you've solved the problem for them and you've saved their life and got them to a better place. You check in on them. You say, hey, we're going to rehabilitate you. We're going to move you forward. We're going to keep calling you. We're going to make you an advocate for who we are, essentially. So does that make sense? Tex, ew. Maybe I chose the wrong metaphor. Okay. So fulfillment, You got to go the whole way. You can't just be the fulfiller. That means you're an employee. As an employee, you are part of the fulfillment stage, by the way, for most people, unless you're in the marketing department. Anyway, I have trouble getting them to the consideration stage. So this is where consideration stage is marketing. So you got marketing. So this is your content, your initial marketing efforts right here. Okay. Consideration. This is getting them on your email list, your automated marketing machine. Okay. And then the decision stage is where you get them on the phone or you get them to request a proposal, a live chat. Okay. And then this is the fulfillment and management stage. Okay. The fulfillment management departments, that's advocacy stage. So they're a customer, serve them well, over deliver, go above and beyond. Okay. So those are the 4 stages. Actually, I didn't do management yet. Management, this is straightforward. Marketing is set them up. Sales is knock them down. Fulfillment carries them to their destination. Management serves everyone a warm meal and makes sure everyone their needs, they're tended to the entire journey. Okay. It's the boring stuff, the project management, systems, taxes, client follow-up, accounting, returning phone calls, and so on and so forth. Okay. Luckily, much of this stuff can be automated by software. I like to say EDA, eliminate, delegate, automate. Eliminate what's not necessary for anyone, including especially you. Delegate to other people what you don't need to do or what you don't like doing. Automate anything that software can do. The rest of it should be a slim amount of responsibility for you that only you can do very well. Okay. Luckily, much of this stuff can be automated. I already said that, or delegated to somebody who's good at this stuff. Okay. Accountant for taxes, project manager for client work, virtual assistant for video editing, editing your copy, laying out pages, uploading content to your site, lots of stuff like that. Okay. Buyer's journey management is the advocacy stage as well. Okay. So very, very quick recap. If we need that, really, I mean, we've kind of went through this. Step 1, let me pull up my notes to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Step 1 is want it and work hard to earn it. Set a goal, reverse engineer it. Okay. Get your head in the game, make a plan, start working on it. There is no secret. It's just starting. Okay. And then doing it strategically. Step number 2 is you need to build a power trio offer. Okay. Problem, people, problem, product. And then the triple threat offer, core offer, introductory offer, retainer offer. Okay. And you need to implement the 4 critical building blocks: marketing, sales, fulfillment, and management. If you love one of those departments more, then you are going to be doing more of that yourself. The rest of it's going to be automated, eliminated, delegated, or automated. Okay. So we'll be getting to some questions here shortly. 2 directions you can take right now. Okay. Let me make sure I get my spot here. Okay. Hopefully you've been jotting down some notes. All right. And getting inspired by some of the stuff we talked about. Maybe you posted that script on your social media. Maybe you're going to do that after this. And we have our big idea, which is how do you make a legitimate income online as a freelancer or coach and getting clients this year? How do you do that? So with the recap, we got your mindset, the power trio offer, the 4 critical building blocks. Hopefully that gave you some things to think about. Of course, it's going to be a lot of work. It's not easy and it takes some time. Now I want to ask you again, think about this. What's most important to you about starting your business this year, and why does it matter? We got answers like freedom, finances, being home with family, being able to work for yourself and not your boss, having more control of your income, having more of a control, taking the wheel for your career rather than having somebody else do it for you. So you got 2 directions. You can do it yourself, and that's fine. The pros, the positives to that is that's how I did it. I did it totally myself. I took some, I read some posts and tutorials, and especially at first, I kind of just did everything myself and figured it out as I went. Watched some webinars. Maybe I took a couple courses and stuff like that, but really a lot of it was just kind of school of hard knocks. This presentation is a great starting point, great kickoff point, kind of a jumping diving board, jumping platform. I don't know what to say. Review those notes. There will be a replay of this, of course, and implement what you've learned. Get to work on it. The downside of this doing it yourself method is it's probably what you've been doing for a long time. There are more distractions today than when I started 10 years ago. So if I started 10 years ago, totally different online landscape. It really was. If I'm starting again today, I wouldn't do it the same way. I do it like I mentioned here, much more strategically with a lot more focus, less broad and generalized, more focused. And I would find a way to expedite the confusing parts. If I'm not good at marketing, I get help. If I'm not good at sales, I'd learn how to do it. If I am not good at automating my management or automating my marketing and sales funnel, I'd figure out or get somebody to help me to do that. Okay. Doing it yourself takes longer. No roadmap, no consistent system, lack of accountability. Nobody's keeping eyeing your progress. Okay. It wasn't much of a problem for me 10 years ago because I was just on fire and was less distracted, and I had to figure it out because I quit my job. Now, there is a better way, and this is the part where I'm supposed to pitch my thing, but I've already posted the link below. So I've removed any smoke and mirrors, and this is the point where I'm supposed to, basically this is where I am supposed to, do a big song and dance. But I'm not going to do that because I believe in what it is that I have to offer. I've been doing this since 2016, selling this particular course, or a variation of it rather. I mean, there's been lots of stages of this. And I'll tell you about that in just a quick sec. So the other option is to do it with me. So hopefully you've seen that I know a thing or two about this, and I'm pretty confident that I can provide a structure and a roadmap for you. Okay. Pros of doing it with me: you get a roadmap to follow along the whole journey, from goal setting, planning it out, your mindset, your offer, your pricing, your power trio offer, your triple threat model, developing an online course or a community, creating a course flagship service, to marketing, automated marketing, sales funnels, all of that sort of stuff, management, fulfillment, systems, the business side of things. And you get accountability. We got a community. I've got a great community of people who are doing the same thing as you in various industries and stages. And they're all really supportive. And you also get coaching every week. Every Thursday, I do a live group call with my clients and my students to answer the questions. I show up every single week. I've been doing it for at least 2 years at this point. The downside of that, folks, is it's not free. It costs money. Unfortunately, in order for me to actually support my family, I have to ask money to exchange something. Okay. If you want quality support, training, and guidance, then yeah, I have to do that. It's hard work. It's not going to be easy, but hey, a good coach should probably push your limits, right? Michael, no limited time offer? I should mark that as a question. Not Fiverr, says Tex. So we'll get to this. Okay. So, hey, introducing the launch course. Bah, bah, bah. Let me do it. Let me do like some sort of like sweet introduction music. Hey everyone, introducing the launch course. Brad Hussey, blah, 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 whatever. It's the launch course. The link's been there the whole time. I've been doing this for a long time. It's a coaching program called Launch. It's designed for freelancers, coaches, service providers, who are just either starting out or they haven't cracked 100K in revenue, or 84,000, if you want to use my specific example from earlier. Although we do have a few people in there who have notified us that they are at that stage now, which is awesome. I think that's really cool. Mostly because they work hard. I'm not going to take credit for any student successes. I know this is where I'm supposed to share lots of testimonials, and I'll show a couple testimonials here. A lot of people will show like client success stories, student success stories, and take credit for it. But honestly, they probably would have got there anyway, but maybe in a longer time frame. What I'm providing is the training, the roadmap, the coaching, the accountability, the community, and a focus, okay? And a body of knowledge and expertise that I can provide and my hundreds of students can provide as well, okay? An expedited, accelerated process. So we help our students with the whole kitchen sink, the whole kit and caboodle, mindset, setting inspiring goals, reverse engineering, offers, all that sort of stuff. It's designed to support you in 3 ways. Let me see if I can show you here. The course, the community, and the coaching, okay? The course has 12 modules. As you can read here, we go from mindset planning, niche, offerings, pricing, marketing, business stuff, website and brand, sales, systemization, productization, your team. Lots of stuff in here. It's significant. It's jumbo. I'll show my screen in a sec so you can see what you'll get. Very significant training portion with lots of HD videos, lots of really good jokes from me. Most importantly, good guidance and training that I've distilled from learning over the years and from getting feedback from my students of what works and what doesn't nowadays. I refilmed the whole course just last year, so it's up to date. Lots of great workbooks, resources, recommendations, things like that. And then we got the second part, which is the community. So we got a private community. Everyone's in there helping each other out. It's not on Facebook. It's not on any other place. It's a private website. So you're not going to get distracted and not going to be spied on by big data. What did I just say? Did I just say that? It's a great community. It's awesome. I'm in there Monday to Friday. That's where you get support. Alea, you've seen her here in the live chat. She helps people out in the community as well. So it's really, really solid. If you have a question, it gets answered. A problem, people will help you out with it. And it's like, I'm really excited about it. I'm really proud about it. So that's a great aspect. And then weekly coaching. Every Thursday I do office hours just for my clients to answer your questions, review your websites, your funnels, or any questions or problems you have. I'll address it in the office hours every Thursday. Okay. Hey, here I'm going to show you some screenshots of testimonials. Again, I'm not going to take credit for these people's successes because that's lame. But what I can do is show you that people seem to be pretty happy. And in the ecosystem of the launch program, people seem to be doing pretty well. Kate, she started out charging $1,000 using the triple threat offer, I believe. She was able to get a client for $6,000, like relatively easily, which I thought was really cool. What else? Matt, he charged his first, $5,000 US for Canadians. It's like $6,600. So he's a Canadian like me. He got like a $5,000 client. I gave him some advice and some tips to try. He's an action taker. He did a really good job. Ryan down here, initially before he joined the course, thought, will this course actually teach me something I don't already know? Hard question to answer, but in my case, Module 6 was a paradigm shift in how I thought of the purpose of the website and the power of email marketing. And that's Module 6 is marketing. Automated marketing, like high-powered but honest and personalized marketing. That's Module 6. So that was cool. What else? Mike, he's a story blogger, a web developer. At one point, he posted in the community that he landed like a $15,000 client, which is awesome, by the way. Not typical, of course. You know, I'm a huge advocate for getting that small client at first, getting that $500, $1,000, $2,000 client. But Mike comes in and brings in the big guns. Which was great. Alea crushing it, making 6 figures in her business. Again, I'm not taking credit for that by no means. Alea knows how to make it happen. But we've been able to oversee and guide her and coach her through the process of the roadblocks. And so really cool stuff. Another one here, one more, I think. Yeah, Bao. He's like a poster boy in the program. He pops in every now and then. He's doing a really good job. He's made good cash from taking our advice, but putting his own twist on it. So lots of really happy people in there. Anyway, moving on, testimonials, blah, blah, blah. People like it. Here's what I have to say about a guarantee. Most people will say like 14 days or 30 days, no questions asked, but that's it. I just kind of say, like, I'm pretty flexible on that, so I'm saying, like, if I'm selling this right, then people don't want a refund. That's the idea. But basically what I'm trying to say is it'll be worth everything you pay or your money back. Okay. If you don't love it, it's not working for you, or you need clarity, or you're just not happy about something, send us a message. And I'm in the community there that Monday to Friday, I'm available for you. Just send a message to, like, you get access to me. And we'll make it right. Whether we'll jump on a coaching call, like a free call, or if you need some extra guidance from myself, or anything like that, like, I'll make it right. And if you're just not a good fit and you're just not happy about it, within a reasonable time frame, I'll give your money back. So, I mean, if you're like 9, 12, 14 months later being like, hey, Brad, give me my money back. I'm going to take you up on that, that flexible refund policy. Give me my money back. And I go, well, John, it looks to me you've never even signed into your student dashboard, and I've never seen you on a call, and you're asking for your money back. I mean, you got to meet me halfway here, man. I'm not going to give your money back this far in the future. So you get the idea. Okay. It's really flexible. If you're not happy, let me know. I'll make it right. That's it. Pretty straightforward. Okay. If you're interested, click the link, go to bradhussey.ca/launch. That's a reasonable price. You're probably curious about the price. Here's the thing. I'm going to be straightforward about this. Last year, the program was a variation of the program was being sold for between $2,000 to $3,000. And I could fully justify that price because one, I had high advertising costs. Like I said, I paid somebody $10,000 to help me do this. I had really high advertising spend. But yeah, so I've had to get really creative. Actually, Amy says, I'm in the program and love the content and how it's delivered. I spent lots of money in the past on programs and regretted it. Not with this program. I don't feel rushed and the price is very reasonable for what you get. Plus I feel Brad really cares and that means a lot. I know the longer I stay, the better off I'll be. Had to share because I feel it's important for people to hear because there are so many programs out there. Weekly group calls are great. I really appreciate that, Amy. And so that's like, I just hope that the program, the webinar, and joining up and being a part of it will do the talking. If you're not happy about it, let me know. Okay. So all the details from the pricing to sneak peeks into the videos, the modules and everything like that, go to bradhussey.ca/launch, click the link below. It'll take you to all the information. I'll give you a couple options to join up. You can start for a payment plan, of starting at $100 for 12 payments. Now, like I said, I've had to get really creative with pricing, and with the coronavirus, like I said, I used to have to charge, not have to, I charged $2,000 to $3,000 for the program. I've had to cut that dramatically because of the coronavirus. To be straightforward with you, when the quarantine hit, people were booking calls with me. People were sending me emails and messages letting me know that they wanted to join, but they were afraid to join or they weren't willing to spend money. So I've had to actually dramatically cut my costs, which is good for you. Not as much for me, but I still show up for my clients and my students. I don't discount my value that I'm offering. So anyone who's paid me $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, I have clients who paid me a lot more than that for coaching, this program with coaching, lots of things, varying degrees of it. I show up for them and give them that exact value. So the price here that I'm offering on the site, if you go to bradhussey.ca/launch, it's because I've had to dramatically make a shift because of the coronavirus. People are afraid to spend money. And it's a different landscape than it was even 6 months ago when I jumped on the phone or I did a webinar or something and said, you're going to have to start at $2,000 to work with me. And I stand behind that. And people would be happy to pay that because that's what I would bring to the table. But now it's been very different and people don't spend money anymore and they're afraid to spend money. And I get it. So I think the best way I can do it is by I reduce that price for the meantime because of the coronavirus. Anyway, that's my spiel on that. Check out the details. I'd love for you to join up. I offer payment plans and a discount for this week right now. Plus, I wouldn't be doing a classic webinar if I didn't offer a special bonus. And all I'm saying is, hey, if you join up this week, I'll do a website review. Okay, that's my bonus. Valued at $997, regular $10,000. No, I'll review your website. Join up, click the link, choose your payment plan, join up. I'll review your website. And is there a limited time on this? Yes, Friday. Can't give everyone website reviews, folks. It takes a long time. So Friday, June 26th at midnight, this specific offer that I'm giving you right now closes at midnight on Friday. Why do I do that? This is called scarcity and urgency. So scarcity is I can't do a lot of website reviews, so there's only going to be enough for people this week. And urgency is you got to choose by Friday. But here's the deal, folks. If you don't join by Friday, it's fine, first of all. Let me switch my screen to my beet red face because I'm getting really hot in here. You can join really at any point by booking a call with me. I can't promise that the price will be what I'm offering it today during the coronavirus pandemic and everything. And that's why I'm doing this webinar. It's kind of, eliminates the need for a call because I'm answering your questions. I'm actually going to answer your questions here as best as I can in just a sec. So anyway, offer ends Friday. I'd love for you to join up. If you're not happy, I'll give you your money back. So there's my no frills offer. Okay. So switching to my screen here, join bradhussey.ca/launch. Now, hey, you got questions? Let's do some Q&A. Okay. Look at that fancy screen I got. Okay. Now, folks, I've only got about 15 minutes to do this because I'm cheap and Crowdcast is going to cut me off in 20 minutes. Like they will only let me stream for 20 more minutes and then I'm out. So I'm going to try and answer these questions as best as possible. The link's right there, bradhussey.ca/launch. I'd love to see you in launch this week if it's a good fit for you. If not, then that's totally fine. Webinar replay will be available until Friday as well. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so there's my spiel. Sharon says, hey, Brad, is there one question which sucks my brain? Is web development dying due to introduction of easy tools, making websites in a few clicks? No, not at all. Web development is not dying. Selling the skill as web designer is not attractive anymore because people think they can build their own websites because they can. Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, all brilliant business models by business owners who are very, very smart entrepreneurs. Okay. They solved a problem. People don't like, here's why. Think about it from the consumer's shoes. Why do they like Squarespace and Wix? Because they've had terrible experiences with web designers and web developers and marketers who suck, who are not clear, who don't offer a good service, who are not confident in what they offer, who don't solve a problem. They just sell their skills. It empowers the consumer to do it themselves. Do it themselves. Think about that. Do it themselves is one stage in the power trio, the triple threat offer. DIY is Squarespace. What's the core offer? Squarespace does not build it for them. Squarespace only offers the do-it-yourself software. They're doing really well. So is Wix, Weebly, any of those. But there are people who realize that they're not good at doing it themselves, or they don't know how to use Squarespace very well. That's where you can come in and do it for them. Show them how to do it. Create content that scratches an itch on how to use Squarespace effectively. Hey, did you like my free webinar on how to use Squarespace effectively if you are a new restaurant owner who's just starting to open up after the coronavirus quarantine? Great, sign up for my free webinar. I'll show you how to get the most out of Squarespace. At the end of it, do a pitch, an honest one, about how you can do it for them and offer it for a fair price. How about that? So no, it's not dying. It's actually coming more alive if you position yourself as a business owner and an entrepreneur, not just someone who's selling a skill. Okay. Okay. Text. It's because it's cheap. That's what they tell me, because that's the stage they're at. Remember the 4 buying journey stages: awareness, consideration, decision, and advocacy. It's because they're in the awareness stage / consideration. And there's not a neck bleed problem. So part of it is you're just targeting the wrong people. Remember your power trio, your people, their problem. You're not looking at the right people with the big enough problem at the right stage. Okay. It's a dance. Okay. Steve says there's a lot of freelancers already and web design agencies obviously exist. How, being the new guy, would you approach competing with these companies? You study what they're doing good and where they're failing their people, because no business owner is crushing it 100%. That's why there's competition, because people are dropping balls left, right, and center. Pick up those balls and juggle them. Can I get a... But you get the idea. Is there's more than enough room to go around. There's enough pie for everyone. And what someone else is doing, you could do differently or better. What is different about the equation? You. Be yourself, be radically different, be radically weird, find what they're doing, what your competition is doing, and how can you radically differentiate yourself? They zig, you zag, okay? They go up, you go down. They oh my gosh. That's embarrassing. My phone just started playing my favorite music. Backstreet Boys, don't play. They price high, you price low. They target one person, you target 10 people. I mean, like you have to differentiate yourself. We talk about that in the program too. How do you radically differentiate yourself? Amy says, I've had so many clients complain about custom websites and the developer leaves them and they feel stuck with something that they can't edit. DIY is important, plus there's support. See, I'm an awful introvert. My communication is bad. That's the biggest fear. Disappointed. Go for no. Push through it. There's a lot of introverts here who introverts doesn't mean you can't succeed. Introverts just mean they think about what they say before they say it. And they want to have more meaningful conversations. Sales is conversation. Have a meaningful sales conversation and you'll be closing clients left, right, and center. Okay. Alea, there's a huge difference between I'm a PHP developer and I build e-commerce storefronts for small businesses. Exactly. Introductory offer, I'll build it in Squarespace. It's $1,000. Core offer, I'll build it custom, top to bottom, inside and out for your, as you grow, $5,000. Continuity offering, I'll maintain your store and your marketing efforts, $1,000 a month. Bum. I meant done. Boom. Got it? Where are you getting those 1 to 5K clients? Says V Guerrero. Is that in the web dev business? Yeah, of course. I've done $500 websites. I've done $30,000 websites. Working for agencies, I've done $100,000 websites. As a freelancer, anywhere between 1 and 15K, or 1 and 30K rather. So yes, selling a $5,000 offer as a service is not that hard if you've got the right offer, the power trio offer. Your people, their problem, your solution. Get some marketing in there, get some networking in there, get some referrals in there, build a reputation. Then you're cooking with gas. Or as I like to say, you're cooking with charcoal, because cooking with charcoal and fire is way better than cooking with gas, folks. But I'll save my barbecue masterclass for another day, okay? Text. I can't get anyone to pay me that much. Nicole, I can sell a WordPress site for $2,500, but not much over that price. Okay, well, maybe you found your sweet spot. Maybe you've plateaued. Maybe your audience needs to be rejigged. Likely it's your offer. You're selling your skills. I will build a WordPress site for you. So I can get someone on Fiverr to do it for $300. Okay. What's the counter to that? Yeah, I can buy a parachute at a garage sale, but I wouldn't use it because that's ridiculous. It's the same idea. So your offer is not on point. What you're saying is you're making it about yourself. And I'm not saying specifically you, Tex or Nicole, I'm talking about everyone. The reason why freelancers aren't good at selling is because they focus too much on themselves and not on the other person. That's why they don't like selling, because they think selling is selling like themselves. It's selling the benefits for that person, the person you're trying to serve. Okay. It's about service. So I help these people solve this problem by doing this, rather than I am a really good PHP and C++ .NET ASP beep, 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 boop. No one's going to buy that. Okay. Don't sell that. Sell the benefits of the solution for your person who you care about, who's suffering. Got it? Jackie, do you cover freelance sites such as Upwork? Yes, I'm going to give you the 101 right now. Don't use them. Don't use them at all. Stay far, far away. Stay in a galaxy far, far away from Upwork and Fiverr or any marketplace. You'll never win on it. It's really not going to work out for you. I show you how to build a legitimate, honest, ground up, real human business that has nothing to do with those sites. Because it's too much competition. Now you can apply these principles to Upwork and Fiverr. I know that we have some students who actually use Upwork and Fiverr and do okay with it, but they apply the same principles. How do you differentiate? Who's your people? What's the problem? I paid people a lot of money on Upwork at higher prices because they were specific. They weren't selling a skill. They were selling the solution to my problem, which was expensive. Okay, quick little reminder, folks. I'm going to be cut off here shortly, so click the link below to learn how to join up in the launch course. I'd love to have you on board. It'd be an honor giving you a free website review if you join up this week, closing down that offer by Friday. Just a quick little heads up. All right, Triple R, as an engineer, is there a viable solution for outsourcing sales and marketing? Yes, your marketing can be mostly automated. So email marketing machines, lead generation, your nurturing from your, here, let me show you my screen. Oh my gosh, my camera died. There we go. Okay, so from your email marketing, landing pages, email capture, nurturing, pitching, offer, evergreen newsletters, and cycle back and forth, that is automatic. So I have 25,000 people in my email marketing machine at any given stage. People joining today, people joining, people who've joined years ago, and they are offered my solutions at various stages, intro, core, or supporting offer, all automatically. Okay. Nicole, thank you, Brad. I'd love to join launch. V Guerrero says, Nicole, are you a bot? No, she's real from Nashville, Tennessee. Last time I checked, there's no bots in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. I'm glad you're a real person. Okay. So where are my questions? Good question. Okay. I have a little bit more time for some more questions here. Denko says, what would you suggest for backend developer who wants to start his own biz? I don't like designing stuff. So should I find a designer, push myself into learning, doing it myself, even though I think I'm got to the professional level? First of all, if you want to get into business for yourself, stop thinking of yourself as a backend developer and start thinking of yourself as a business owner who's solving a problem for a specific person or type of person. You can use your backend skills as your tool belt, but don't think that you're selling yourself as a backend developer, or you are just like a contractor or a rogue employee. Okay. Or you can get a good job. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. That's honorable too. So think about the problem that you can solve using your tool belt. Okay. Think about that. Nicole, I have a product question. Go ahead. Okay. Jennifer, I think maybe your website crashed, or at least it just died on me. I hope not. Maybe people are, I've had that where people have, clicked the link so many times that it's kind of slowed the website down. You can always try later. It works for me. If you click the link, if you went to bradhussey.ca/launch, it might break because sometimes that redirect breaks because of the traffic. But if you click the link below, it'll take you to the direct link and it shouldn't break. Okay. So yeah, Nicole, give me your product question. I'm stuck with what my products are. My skills are branding and website dev. I'd like to teach others how to brand their business and build their own websites via WordPress, but what should my products be? Okay. Good question. Great question. Obviously a loaded question, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it with the 8 minutes I have left. Thanks, Nicole, for sharing that link. Yes, exactly. There's lots that you can offer. So it's about first finding your core offer. What's your core flagship signature, like knockout grand slam offer? We help you price that in the course and in the program and in the community. And then from there, what you do is you shave a bit off, like shawarma. Okay. I love shawarma. You got that big meat rotisserie thing. That's the grand slam offer. You're like, ooh, okay. Although you're not going to buy that whole thing, but bear with me here. Terrible at metaphors. You shave a bit off. Okay. You price that at a lower, maybe it's your sample. Okay. You price that at a lower price. That's your product. It could be templates. It could be a productized service. It could be a course. It could be a workshop. It could be plug and play. It could be some sort of more introductory version of that can be 10% of the cost. And it's a perfect lead into the core offer. Hey, you want more? There's more here. But standalone, this has legs. You don't need like the full meal deal. You can have the core offer here. You can have a slice of it, and it's going to be enough for what you need at your stage. And then, so for branding web dev, I mean, you got a lot of ideas there. Templates, a course, a workshop, workbooks, especially for branding. There's a lot of workbook heavy material in there, discovering your voice, discovering your character, discovering your brand identity. There's workbooks. You can sell a workbook. You can sell, a workbook, a workshop, a mini course, a video course, an email course for $100, $50, $250, whatever, something lower priced, and package it and have it looped into your automated marketing machine, which we'll show you how to do in the course as well, and sell that automatically to the people who are in that stage. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like we definitely cover that a ton in the course. So I mean, I know that you mentioned that you would like to join, Nicole. I would love to push you off the fence if you are and get you on board, because that's definitely going to be taken care of and answered. Nicole says, is there a group we can all join to stay connected and support each other? Facebook, maybe? We have an amazing group. I'm running out of time here, folks, but I'm pushing it. I'm really hardcore. Let me show you my screen. Okay, this is the mastermind. This is the group you're looking for. Once you join up, you get access to this. Everybody here hanging out, talking. This is everybody who's in the course, the program, clients and students. The list goes on. People in all different stages all over the world. We talk, we hang out, we answer questions, we provide support, we share wins, we share failures, we collaborate, we send each other clients. We have a great time. It's way too much fun. It's off of Facebook. It's off of everything else because this is uniquely mine on my website, as you can see here. It's not something that I let Facebook manage or anything for me. So that's it. That's an awesome place to be. Okay. Perfect. Yay. Your Udemy courses are so helpful. Nicole, I'm so excited to have you on board, by the way. I'm really excited. Okay. Do you have any scholarship programs for students as of yet? You got it, man. You bet. Yeah, I understand that not everybody can afford what I'm asking, even with a payment plan. And I totally respect that. So what we do, I'm going to show you my screen. This is the sales page. And if you scroll down, enroll in launch, FAQ, scholarships. There's a link to scholarships here. If you are, say, living in a country where asking like $100 or $1,000 is like your annual income, I'm not interested in putting you in a bad financial position. If this is actually going to help you rise up above that, and I've been able to do that with certain people in countries where the dollar is not so powerful. Okay. Click that, you can apply. We manually look at the application form and we will grant certain a limited amount of scholarships for people who can't afford it. And that also goes if you're like, it doesn't mean you have to be in like a country across the pond. Like you could be working in America and be in a hard place, but you know, this could help you rise up. I'm not going to say, no, you need money. Otherwise that's it. Obviously I need to run a business, but I know that some people I'd like to be able to extend a hand to lift you up. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. And okay, I'm cutting close to the minute. I don't want to get cut off. I've got 3 minutes and counting here. So I'll try and answer a couple questions really quick. How do you start when you're 47 years old? Is it too late? Absolutely not. Jackie here is 55. Steve says Colonel Sanders started at 65. You're never too old to start. Go for it. Definitely not. We've got people in the group we got a lot of people who are 50 plus. It's just a new chapter and you got wisdom that the young folks don't. Okay. You got wisdom. I can show you how to use the modern tools and skills, just like any millennial or Zoomer out there. Okay. Okay. What else? How to sustain long-term freelance business. I mean, do we need more marketing when we have content for courses? Your marketing should be an automated, ongoing process. And I show you how to automate that in the course. Should be email marketing, should be evergreen. You should have scheduled social media and content. You should have a plan and it should be automated. You shouldn't be chasing down the content hamster wheel. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Can you please put back the slide, says Jennifer, about the 4 key stages. Don't worry, Jennifer, there's going to be a replay. Everyone's going to get the replay after this. Can you share the recording? Yes, you get it right after this. And let me see. Does our portfolio matter in our business? No. You just need a good website that talks to your people, their problem, and your solution. We talk about your website in the course and in the program and how to make it effective to generate leads into your automated marketing machine. We show you how to do that. Also, if you join this week, I'll give you a free website review to show you what is wrong with your website and how to fix it. Okay. And let's see here. We got a lot of more questions and I really don't have the time. So I totally apologize. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully that answered your questions. You can, as much as I could possibly, but hey, I really appreciate everybody coming here. Again, check out, here's the link again, bradhussey.ca/launch, click the green button. You have until Friday to decide, but really, that's what I got. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was valuable. It is, it is what it is, folks. I could do the song and dance, but I don't care to do the song and dance anymore. Join Launch if you want to. If you are on the fence, I encourage you just to get off and give me a try. If I let you down, just let me know and I'll let you give your money back and let you out. Okay. I'm not rigid. I do this Monday to Friday with my students and clients. I freelance throughout the week. Like I'm as real of a deal as it comes. And, I'm not going to dress it up in any sort of way. I'm not going to say something that I'm not. Anyway, I'm going to get cut off in 30 seconds. So thank you, folks. I really appreciate it. Anyone who's joining up, God bless you. Thank you so much. And hey, we'll catch you in the course. Cheers.